whoa, this is amazing. People who make YouTube Shorts finally have a path to monetization. 10 million views in 90 days? Days. They said days. They must have meant years, right? Right? Okay. Does this reaction seem maybe a bit familiar to you? Having only a 90-day window to achieve 10 million Shorts views probably feels a bit unfair and out of reach to a lot of us, right? Well, that's because it kind of is. You see, this monetization announcement isn't exactly ideal for creators who are kind of just at the beginning of their YouTube journey. In just a few short days since this news broke, I've seen creators who are not only upset, but some of them are outraged at how out of reach this goal feels. And yeah, even when you do some very basic math, things aren't looking great. For example, if you made at least 90 shorts in 90 days, your shorts would need to average 111,111 views in order to reach the 10 million views needed for monetization. But let's bump that up to 2 shorts a day. Now we're talking about 55,555 views for every short on average. But even at 3 shorts a day, 37,037 views on average across all of those shorts in the 90-day period. That's a lot. And again, that's not even counting the 1,000 subscribers you still need, but if you're getting that many views, I imagine 1,000 subscribers is not gonna be a problem. In reality, you're gonna have a number of shorts that do pretty okay, a few shorts that do really okay, a bunch that just completely flop, and then you're gonna have a few that could go viral when you compare it to the relative size of your channel. Those viral moments are the ones that are going to get you closer to that 10 million view goal. Of course, none of this success is guaranteed, and for creators who are just starting to learn the process of creating a good short, they're more likely to get a few hundred or a few thousand views on any given video. So how do you go from those few hundred or few thousand views to the level of 10 million views in 90 days? Well, I have a few thoughts. The first thing I need to get out of the way here is that I still think, even with this new monetization requirement, creators should absolutely continue leveraging long-form videos and even live streams on their channel. In a perfect world, this will increase your chances. You're either closer to your 4,000 hours or you're closer to your 10 million views. Keep in mind though, that 10 million views on Shorts goal isn't even in effect yet. You actually have a few months to continue practicing. And practicing is going to be a huge part of the puzzle here. If you want to go all in on Shorts and you're struggling today to get a good amount of views on those shorts, I'm going to give you some advice you probably weren't expecting. Make less shorts. Instead of spinning your wheels, trying the same type of content over and over again and getting the same results, take a step back. I want you to use that really valuable time learning new skills that are just gonna make your shorts better. And this is gonna look different for different creators, but there are 3 main things that you should be focused on. The first is audience. Who is this content for? Your goal here is to make videos that could be watched by the same person. If the same person is willing to watch multiple shorts that you've made, that's a really good sign. Not only does it show that your shorts are bingeable, but it also tells YouTube about the type of person who would want to watch your shorts, which gives them the tools they need to spread that to more people. The next thing you need to focus on though is storytelling. How can you keep a new viewer who swipes to your short randomly from immediately swiping away? In order to do that, you gotta be able to tell a good story, so this is another point in your education where I would be brushing up. One thing that helped me was actually watching more YouTube shorts myself. I would be scrolling through the shorts feed and then sometimes I would stop and I would ask myself, what was it in the first 1 to 3 seconds of this YouTube short that made me stop scrolling? Is there anything from this intro that I can learn from and maybe use in my own content? The third thing you need to be focused on is getting better at editing videos. And in order to do that, take the software of your choice that you like to use and just start binging tutorials. The goal here is to make really eye-catching, short, snappy YouTube shorts that are impossible for people to scroll away from because they just look so cool. The reason those 3 things will require you to stop making shorts for a while is because none of that is going to click for you overnight if this is all stuff you're still new to. As a new creator, please be patient with yourself here. Think of it just like starting a new job. In your first couple of weeks at a new job, you're not very productive at all. That's because there's a lot of on-the-job training you need to do before you understand the tools and the systems and the job at hand. Identify the areas that you feel like you could use the most improvement for, and then put yourself through YouTube training. And you might be thinking at this point, fine, that's fine, but I'm still a bit annoyed at these requirements being so outrageous. That's okay too. I would encourage you to feel your feelings about that, but let's not forget that this isn't the only announcement that there was. In this same announcement, YouTube revealed that more features for making money are coming to smaller creators before they get into the partnership program. One day soon, you're going to have access to monetization methods such as memberships and supers, and that's a big deal. If you're really good at forming an awesome community who loves you and wants to support you, you're gonna get a lot more money from them than you will from the early AdSense revenue on your channel. After looking at so many comments, I kind of feel like I'm the only person who's more excited about these changes than I am upset about the changes. Of just our videos alone, there have been a lot of reactions, and in this video here, we go over some of them because creators are raising some really fair points. Hi. This is try it again.